All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another iRacing stream. As you can see, I'm in VR, getting ready for the session at VIR in mini stocks for a 90-minute endurance race with the 24 Hours of Lemons series. Let me get over to my wheel here. So I wanted to make sure everything is working properly first. And we will get going here. I did practice quite a bit for this earlier today. Not a whole lot of setup stuff, actually, as odd as that sounds. Just a lot of trying to learn the car, learn the track. VIR is a track. It's a favorite for pretty much everyone, and it's one I am not very good at. Now you combine that with the driving mini stocks, and you have a recipe for a lot of drifting like you're seeing right there, and a little bit of crashing like that. Thank you for that perfect demonstration there. Do have a little bit of a strategy, mostly in terms of pit stops actually, because I think overtaking will be really hard. I've been doing like 212s, 213s, which from looks of this means I'll be right in the middle of the pack. So I actually need to... What in the world? Okay. Which means I actually need to... Well, you'll see. I need to make some times on the pit stop, because I don't think I'll be doing it on the track, unfortunately. I mean, we'll give it a shot, though. Guess I'm going to go for a really long first stint. Then two kind of shorter stints afterwards for the middle and end portion of the race. Cold tires. Basically, I'm thinking I'm not going to be fast up front, but I'm feeling pretty good about, as tires start to wear and a little bit deeper into a stint, I might not struggle quite as much as everyone else is what I'm hoping. That's my driver excuse already. Because this corner is the one that, on this track, I never ever do right. I'm always really slow through there, which of course, because it's followed by this really long, I guess what would this be, back straight officially? I don't know what it officially is, but we'll call it the back straight. And it kills my run through here. This is where I lose a ton of time to pretty much anyone in any series. And so, I've spent... Well, at this point it will be what it will be, because I've practiced it a certain way. Is that way correct or not? I don't know. Gotta be really careful to not overshoot it there. That's the other spot I tend to just crash on. Ran a little bit wide there. And then let me see, about the 425 is where I've learned to brake for this. So then, you just kind of coast it through. Kind of an early upshift there. Wow, I lost a ton of time through there compared to the car behind. That's interesting. Kind of coast it through there. Early on the throttle, run it all the way out. Oh, I ran it in deep. Oh well. Kind of throw it around there. Want to be on the throttle as early as possible. as we go through the famed VIR S's. Get the upshift kind of at those cones. Lift coaster here, want to take that straight as possible. Then kind of coast around here. Then brake about there. Kind of throw it in. It's not a power slide, but you gotta take that pretty aggressively. And right before the dark spot at the 200 meter board, on the brakes. Downshift down into second. Carry as much speed through here. I have my gearing ratio set, so it's a pretty quick upshift. Pretty much got to upshift as soon as you're on the power, because you're at the top end of second gear. Down the long straight. Let's see, it should have some tire pressure now. So we'll try like 350. All the way down into second. Another early upshift into third. Kind of want to get on the power as soon as you can here, so you get the run through front straight. Don't run it too wide through there. That was not track limits, but it was pretty close. Oh, a 209. Let's go. Oh, I just overshot this corner. Barely. Not by a whole lot. That was pretty good. Alright, so compared to my practice sessions, actually the track's a little bit faster right now. Because that was a 209.5. Fastest I ever achieved while driving comparably in my own practices was upper 211. So that's interesting to note. Track must be a little... I think they said it was kind of a cooler track, cooler air temp, so... Looks like that's going to really help us here. That's an interesting note, because it means go from kind of middle of the pack to, I think that puts us P2 in practice. Which means our race pace, I mean, I know I was saying, oh, looks like we're going to have to make it up in the pits. I mean, obviously, making up time in the pits is always good when you can. But it means actually our race pace might not be horrible either. Because a lot of them were doing 211s even with the cooler temp. I mean, that was a mid 209. Definitely not touching those 208s. I have no idea how he's doing a 208, considering I'm barely keeping it on track with 209, but... And we'll take it here. Kind of time the downshifts. Come on, get it turned, because you want to keep it as flat as possible through there. Brief upshift into fourth, kind of coast it. Downshift right over the peak. Not full throttle yet. There we go. Catch fourth as you run it out, and there we go. Then kind of like 425. So just before the 400 board. Kind of roll it around. Yeah, so it looks like we're doing mid 209s with this temp. I think I can carry a little, I think I can brake a little bit later while the tires are fresh. You do have to brake back there once your tires start to wear, but that feels kind of early with fresh tires. It's like this will be last lap, because then practice is done, we're into the race. I have no idea how grid is set for this one, honestly. I don't know if it's going to be reverse order to practice or what, but I know Lemons does like doing reverse order. Let's see, can we carry any more speed through there? A little bit more speed, yeah. Because you really don't want to lock up the wheels here like I just did. That is not a repeatable corner, what I just did. Like, I'm not comfortable pushing it to that degree. I mean, I locked up the right front, trying to get in there, and just generally, that's kind of the extreme edge of what you can do. I overdrove that corner just a little bit here, which is going to slow me down a little bit through here because I can't be quite as heavy on the throttle. Kind of lift there. Catch fourth, roll it out. Perfect. If I'm going to beat a 209, this is the lap. Because that was about as good of a lap as I can do. And it wasn't. Okay. Well, that's good to know, yeah. So mid 209 is kind of the absolute peak of what I, as a driver, can do for this. Alright, so let's hop back here and kind of see what everyone's doing. Yeah, P2. By 6/10. Mike doing a upper 208. Don't know how you're doing that, but I'm second ahead of third place. Which is pretty good. Let me see. Alright, good. Everyone can hear everything. Wanted to double check that. Stream appears to be going okay. Hopefully I'm in VR. I would love to read chat, but I cannot see it, generally speaking. So please just keep that in mind. Oops, that's options. Got 30 seconds to grid. Alright, that all looks good. Alright, so one of the things we're going to do... So basically we're going to try to push this first stint to 18 laps. And the reason why... is because that sets you up for 2 shorter stints where you don't have to add as much fuel. Very much what I learned in my testing was that this car takes forever to refuel. So the less fuel we have to put in it while under green flag conditions, the better. So which car is the 6 car? I can't tell, honestly. Oh, that's that DuPont. Okay. So I do want to avoid is crashing lap 1, turn 1 on 90-minute race. He's still there. All right. I want to get aggressive here if I can. Let's see if we can force the issue. All right, maybe let's not force that issue. Not like that. It's a little bit aggressive. I overdrove it a little bit. He was fine. It was light contact. Neither of us will have lasting effects from that. I knew it was a little bit of a send, but it's one of those like chances I wanted to take. Try to get in front of him early if I can. So like I said, it's that corner. He's gotten such a better run out of that corner. He's just going to drive away from me here. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. I've tried keeping the car in third gear around the corner, and yeah, honestly, it doesn't help much. Looks like I can... Yes, looks like I'm a little bit better than him through the twisty sections, just in terms of a little bit better acceleration. Ooh, clip the grass. Oh, he overshot it though. Yep, he overshot it. There we go. He tried to brake late on the line, and it didn't work. Alright, so now let's use this clean air and just drive. Now it's just a settle in and do it how you practiced. If he catches you, he catches you, and we'll deal with it at that point. But we do have a nice gap now. Kind of forced that mistake lap 2. Went inside, made him nervous, made him overshoot his own braking point. Oh, that was slow. That was slow. I'm going to lose a lot of time there. Alright, so let's see what happens if I keep the thing in third. Yeah, honestly, there was literally no speed difference there. Like, it was a lot harder for the car to rotate. So I want to do now is kind of knowing that might struggle as the race goes on. Oh, isn't Mike behind me? Yeah, Mike is going to be... Mike's going to catch me without a problem. Because he was just faster than me in practice. That one I will attribute to a skill issue on my part. Now, knowing I'm doing a long stint, I also don't want to burn the tires up. Which means I can't keep driving like I just was. Oh, that was an off-track shoot. Yeah, I cut it a little bit too close. It's the most you're pushing that. Oh goodness, they're closing on me so fast. That's not good. It's gonna be that one corner that sinks me, I think. Because they're not really closing anywhere else. That's my... Yep, he's half a second faster than me that lap. I suspect most of that is that one corner and the subsequent run down the long straight. And now we have the exact same exit I do every other time. Alright, now, even though it is cloudy here, race organizer did say there's no chance of rain here, so it will just stay cool and overcast. This is one nice part here. Actually, do these cars even have rain? I'm not even sure if these are rain compatible, but even if they were, there's no chance of rain. Alright, so notably, last time over the line, Mike was 3 seconds behind. I want to watch that gap. And really see how much time am I losing to him. Fortunately, I suspect the answer is quite a bit, but I want to quantify that. Even if he catches me, honestly, I'll just have to let him by. Like, unless he's got a train behind him, which it kind of looks like he does, then it's just not worth losing more time trying to hold something I basically know I'm not going to. And I say that these cars are really hard to pass with, unless they make a mistake, which is how, we got in the lead. So maybe he'll have a hard time, but I think if he gets within draft range, he's just going to have enough just outright, skill pace on us. Oh, shoot. I ran wide. That's not good. It's going to hurt my speed all the way through these S's. Oh, yeah, I just lost so much time there. He gained 7/10 on me last lap. And me running wide there definitely does not help that at all. Yep, that's not the way to do that. Oh yeah, he just gained so much time on me there. The good news is it does look like he's alone, so... So if, or more like when he catches me, I should be able to yield without really any problem. Because you really don't want to dip your wheels right there, because they'll start slowing you down the main straight. Oh, yep, tires are starting to wear, because... Yeah, because I'm starting to have to take corners a little bit slower and a little bit longer braking distance. So that's good to know. That's what, lap 7? Yep. Guess we'll have to keep that in mind for later stints. You know, we'll get like 7 laps of good speed out of it. Does mean we'll have to start taking this section a little bit more carefully. Yep, definitely can't fling it around there quite as much anymore. And one of the big things I can think of here is that if he's... So I only have paddle shifters. So right now this is auto blip, auto clutch. I have a clutch pedal, but I tried using it, and trying to heel toe was not helping me at all. I need more practice to actually drive the thing with it as a true manual, even with an anti-stall clutch. So I wonder if it's maybe... Yeah, if he's getting just a little bit better run through the corner, not because I'm necessarily doing anything wrong, but if he's just able to, you know, with the shifting manually. I don't know whether he is or isn't, I'm just speculating. That maybe he's starting to get just a little bit better run because he's able to upshift more smoothly. Yeah, he's gaining less though, which means that yes, as the tires are wearing, he's starting to struggle more. Because I think he's just getting a better run out of that corner. And I think, or I'm speculating basically a lot of it, the upshift from second to third that I have to do right on the exit. I think that's giving me just that little better run off the corner. Because I think we're pretty comparable everywhere else from what I'm seeing. Like, especially now that tires are starting to wear. Yeah, pretty soon gonna have to change how I take that corner. Gotta start lifting a little bit sooner there. Yeah, he's gaining half a second a lap on me at this one. Oh, I messed up my shifting there. And almost caught the rears in the grass. Come on. There we go, there we go. We're good. Barely. Yes, I mean, post the laps we were starting the race with, we're now a second slower, 9 laps in, which is good to know. Like, I want to keep an eye on that if I can. Oof. That was close. Because now it's that fine line of, like, need to keep pushing, but... But again, I'm going for a little bit longer first stint here, so I don't want to burn my tires up. Like, at this point, it's not worth it. And let's see what this gap is here this time across the line. It's probably a little bit closer, but doesn't look like he gained a whole lot that lap. Yeah, sure enough, he didn't gain a whole lot that lap. I think he just did that corner a little bit better. This point, say, you know, just gotta be careful not to overdrive it. Like playing the long game here, where, you know, if he catches me, and that's fine. Because unless he has the same idea, I should catch back up on the pit stop. Alright, so gotta lift a little bit more there. Just can't carry as much speed through there. I wish there was a way I could manually clutch, but then just have it do the blip on the downshift. Because my issue isn't clutching. I can do the clutch. I just can't do the heel toe. Because I did experiment with it yesterday, actually. Oh, and I need to focus. Because that's how we lose a ton of time right there. I broke too early on the corner, and I'm busy driving in the mirror instead of watching where I'm... I think he's starting to struggle with his tires. I mean, I know that was kind of one of the theories. But it does look like that is the case. Because unless I screw up, he's not really catching me. He's going to get the draft down the back straight. That's unfortunate. The question is now, is he going to go for a lunge? Or is he going to let me have it? Yeah, he's got a little bit better run down the front straight here. Because I will say, well, I don't want to fight him too hard in the sense of losing time. Because again, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to make it up on the pit stops. If I can, keep in front of him for as long as possible, that would be really convenient. It's very much just this game of, like, I don't necessarily have to stay in front, but if I hold him up, it is beneficial to my cause. Oof. Let's not push this corner quite as hard. Because again, I gotta make my tires last a little bit. And don't get on the throttle too soon. That was pretty good. You're gonna have a run. Because of the draft, I think you will, unfortunately. Honestly, the way he's driving, I don't think he has... Not sure whether he's struggling to keep up, or just has no intention of trying to pass. Because he's not making many looks. I almost wonder if he's just waiting for a mistake, which I do not plan on giving him. See if we can get a little bit better run through there. Perfect. This one, he's going to know his best chance is going to be the end of this straight. Because he'll be seeing how much I'm struggling on that exit. And 400 board. Now let's start doing a little bit bigger lift here. Because now the tires are really starting to give out. If you're really close under braking there. Wonder if that means I was a little bit too early or if he's starting to drive it a little bit harder. Probably both. I think I was a little bit early because I'm starting to drive a little bit more conservatively, not push quite as hard. And combined with he's probably pushing to catch. Now that's the car that's coming out of pits ahead. I don't know who. I mean, based on practice times, it might be a little bit of an issue in the sense of, you know, they have fresh tires, so they're conceptually faster, but I think we're just a little bit faster. Oh, I left the door open. Let's block this run. So you got a much better exit there. So you want to start lifting about there right now. So we're a little bit better than him through those last. I don't know there. I'm going to call them the S's. They aren't the S's, but I don't know those formal corner names. Let's try to push this just a little bit deeper this time, knowing he's successfully outbraking us. So I'm having to concentrate a lot more now. I might be kind of quiet here. Because if I let him get a run through there, it's over. He's going to pass. Oh, he's going to have a run here. Let's make him go the long way around. Because the thing is, these cars don't have great acceleration, especially when these tires are shot. So, I mean, if we just make him go the long way around every time, it's going to have a really hard time making it stick. Not that either of us get a good run out of the corner, but... Oh, that's the sort of gap he was waiting for. Because I had to brake way too hard for that. Yeah, that's the sort of mistake he was waiting for. Now, how much do I want to chance it? Let's not risk crashing both of us out. See, he's just getting a little bit better drive off of that. It's not much, but it's enough. Now, I did notice that pretty much everyone else is pitted from what I saw. And I think we are two of the primary people that have not. Yep, that's the idea. So I wonder if he conserved his tires just a tiny bit better. Okay, so let's see. How is he doing this corner? Yeah, it's just that little bit of a... It's that extra shift delay. He's getting just that tiny bit better exit. And it's getting him timed on this entire straight. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to pit this lap. Yes, fresh tires, please. Yep, and that's why we want fresh tires. Gotta extend my braking zone a little bit again. See, he's just getting that tiny fractional bit better run out of that corner. I know I've said it like pretty much every lap now, but and you'll notice that's the main spot where that gap is changing. Alright, so let's box for tires and fuel. Grab a little bit of water while I'm doing this. Sim racing is physical, just like real racing. Maybe a little less so, but... Alright, so now we're just waiting on fuel. It was up to 7, or... Okay, good, it's add 7. Perfect. Alright, so I wouldn't quite call an undercut. Actually, yeah, I would. So he did just undercut the leader. So, I mean, let's really capitalize on this. Because now with this, I mean, 14 laps. It's lap 19. So, lap 33. We'll pit again. I'm kind of do the same thing. Top off fuel. Get some fresh tires. Because if he fills up fuel all the way, then we should get the undercut. Especially now that I've watched him and kind of learned how to do this corner maybe faster. And we did come out and clean track as well. It's 24 seconds to the car in front, so we're looking good. Playing the long game here. And now we can go back to braking at 350. So now we got fresh tires. So it looks like we can brake even a little bit later than that. Because this is where it says we're in P4. I don't quite believe that, though. Oops. In that, I think that's just how pit stops have cycled. Unless I have done my strategy entirely wrong. And we are catching the car in front pretty easily right now. Because I've set this up for a 2-stop, but with fresh tires. It's a 42-lap race. That was one set of fuel. Because thing is, we now have a lot fresher tires than all of the cars in front. Because they all pit a good 4 or 5 laps before us. Or he hasn't pit at all. Yeah, because I know going into the pit stops, we had about... we had about a, 30-plus second gap back to third, so I was going to be really surprised if we had cycled out incorrectly. Or incorrectly, being relative to as planned, as expected. And if he hadn't done his pit stop yet, that would explain a lot. Shoot. I think in the end, aside from the off-track and now having dirty tires, we didn't actually lose that much time, which is nice. Yeah, so car in front is pitting? Maybe? I mean, it's a 42-lap race, so I mean, it's... And you carry about 21 laps of fuel, so I mean, it's one of those where it's possible to do a one-stop, I suppose? But... Oh... Like, it's one of those where it's possible, but you're cutting your fuel and everything really, really close. I upshifted way too early. Ooh. Yeah, leader's pitting now, so he's gonna have... It's a 60-second pit stop to put 10 gallons in. And if he's doing one stop, he has to. I think we did either a 40 or 45 second pit stop. Excluding pit lane travel time. But we're also going to have fresher tires for a lot longer in the race by doing a 2-stop, so I don't know, I guess we'll see. Whether a 2-stop or 1-stop was the correct choice. It'll be decently close, I think. Okay, because there's the leader. So now the thing is I have to be something like a minute ahead. Oh, no. Yep, except when I overshoot the first corner. Alright, so that is not how you conserve tires. Luckily, it doesn't matter nearly as much. So the thing is, with him doing a 1-stop, yeah, because pit road travel time plus like 45-ish second pit service time. This is what I recall. Because yeah, what was my first pit stop time? I think it was 45. Well, I guess we'll see how far behind he is. The end of this lap, because that'll tell us kind of if the 2-stop has worked or not. And with the other thing to note being that obviously he was about half a second a lap faster than us regardless. Yeah, I don't know how he's later on the brakes into there. Like, I'll have to go back to the way I was braking, because I tried to drive it in a little bit deeper there, and it locked up, like, really badly. Come on. There we go. He's about 25 seconds behind. Yeah, then it's not enough. Especially with him doing a 1-stop. Ooh, come on, car, stabilize. Yeah, because I mean, 25-second gap. It's a 45-second pit stop. I didn't make up enough time on fresh tires. And now it's one of those where it's like, well, I'm committed to the strategy because I didn't add enough fuel. Like, you have to push it to when he did to make it work. We're doing a 1-stop, so I guess we shall see. I think minimally we're in a comfortable second right now. So, I mean, Yeah, because person behind him, it's a minute 10. So about half a lap behind us. And even with pit road travel time, and we should still come out ahead of them, so that part's good. We don't have to worry about that. It's just a matter of is it going to be first or second, I think. A 7.9? What? You just did a what? 207? Yeah, he got 3 seconds on me last lap. Maybe my last lap was slow because of this sequence, but still. He's just so much faster than me pretty much everywhere at that point to be gaining that sort of time. So I can maybe see him in the distance on those S's. I can't tell if he's out of render or just not there. Either way, that's not good. I guess the advantage of doing it this way is that there are championship points for leading more laps. Or like per lap led type stuff. Yeah, I need to focus on my driving, apparently. Sort of get worn out and make more mistakes. And we are an hour into this 90-minute race, just about. Not 55 minutes in, so this is kind of standard stint time for... If you're watching sports car racing, I mean, that's just about, mandated stint time. You can do a double stint, but... There's a reason why your AM drivers don't usually do a double stint. So let's try a little bit earlier upshift there. See if that makes any meaningful difference. And it does not. Because I've learned to measure it based on my speed down there when you pass the corner of the tire barrier. This is a pretty consistent reference point, and it's doing pretty much nothing. I'm going the same speed, roughly. In the meantime, yeah, Mike is just stupidly fast. I'm losing 3 seconds a lap. Admittedly, I don't think I'm pushing quite as hard as I need to be, but... I mean, I'm not pushing either. I think I just need to drive a little harder. I'm just starting to miss my marks more, and it's showing in lap times. It is true, because I'm doing shorter stints, I can push the tires a little bit harder for longer. Like, I'm being fairly conservative with them right now, and actually I want to push them as hard as I can, because I'm replacing them at a much shorter interval than everyone else, so I don't have to worry about, tire wear quite to the same level. Oh no. Come on, keep your foot in it. There we go. Alright, now actually, the interesting thing I saw coming around there is it looks like we're actually starting to catch the back markers. Yes, there's timing tower. So we are gaining on third place, or as in like driving away from Joseph. They're in third. Let's see, relative. Alright, let's start driving this a little bit harder. Not pushing it hard. Hard enough, I should say. Because Mike is still just eating gaps out of me. Like, yeah, he's pretty consistently gaining 3 seconds a lap right now, which is pretty insane. Let's see, how fast am I closing on the cars in front here? Because Mike's going to catch me, and I'm just going to have to let him go past. Like, it's not... I'm not going to be able to stop him. I mean, minimally. Because he did a one stop. I'm not really going to be able to do anything even when he catches me anyways, because I'm going to have to do one more pit stop in... What did I say? 5 laps? Roughly? Oh, that was slow. That was bad. Yeah, because there's Mike back there, I'm pretty sure. Now, this lap traffic actually might dictate when I pit. Might need to pit a lap sooner if I catch him. This looks like... Based on the last gap, I'll catch him in probably 3 laps? 4 laps? I mean, I was trying to push it to 5. That's not a problem, necessarily. Oh, I'll catch him sooner than that, it looks like. So what's this gap? It's lap 29, it's like 13 laps left. I mean, I could pit if I thought it would help here. Perfect. So we will continue then. Let's try to get one more lap out of this, maybe. Alright, so that gets us through all the lap traffic. Yeah, I messed up that corner really bad. Oh goodness, how to lose like 4 seconds in one corner right there. So I mean 12 laps remaining, which means how much fuel would I need? So I should be able to do that and be good. It's going to give up the lead, though, and I don't think I'm going to get it back is the thing. Which means that from a points perspective, it's... Never. Let's just pit now. Yeah, 20 minutes. Oh, please don't give me black flag for that. Because I'm trying to deal with all my menus. Add 5 gallons? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so that should be final pit stop for the race. Unless I mess up my fuel calculations. Hit it a little bit earlier than I was planning on. But should be okay. How much fuel do I got? 17 laps. 2-minute laps. Oh, yeah. I actually put in too much fuel. Because I need, what, like 10 laps of fuel? Which means I should have a total of 5 gallons. I have a total of how much on board? Yeah. See, I screwed up there. I messed up my own strategy. Because I needed to put about 2 gallons less fuel in there. Yeah, because I needed... Yeah, because I only need... Yep, I added too much fuel. That's unfortunate. Because that probably added... And I'll say, like, 5 or 10 seconds to the pit stop. Admittedly, I'm behind by a lot longer than that, but... If I lose by 5 or 10 seconds, we know why now. Because my strategy was banking on not doing what I just did, basically. The good news is that I do, once again, have clear track, so clear track is always, you know, a nice plus. Really? Okay, I'll just do a big lift at the end of the straight, I guess, because I don't want to lose time through the S's. There we go. That's how you do it while losing as little time as possible. Basically, take a spot you're already slow and just go with it. Ooh, almost lost it there. Pushed it a little bit too hard, got myself an off track. I'm gonna run out of time to catch Mike. Oh, is that how you're supposed to take that corner? That felt pretty good. Oh, no. Yeah, I overshot it. Managed to keep it on track, barely. That could have been really bad. Oh, I did it again. Oh, I'm gonna catch him in the S's, really? Alright, that works. Thank you, Ron. Not the way I was expecting that to go, but I won't complain. Really? That's an off track? And I've screwed up my line through here. Oh, I stress I've been really quiet. Sorry, I was concentrating really hard. Yeah, we aren't really catching Mike. We're pulling a little bit more of a gap on Joseph, but I need to stop messing up this corner, the end of the S's here, because I'm losing a lot of time as a result. There we go. Because I'm losing a good like second and a half a lap to not doing it properly. That's why I've been doing 210s, 211s, because I haven't done that corner right. $11 laps of fuel remaining. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I have way too much fuel. I needed to put in about half the amount I did that last pit stop. The thing is, I think we're technically running... it's a fine line of, like, we're putting down equivalent laps to the leader, but that's not really helping. So, I mean, will the tires drop off? Yes, they will, but not to the extent that I'm going to make up 30 seconds in the next 4 laps. And this point, Mike can literally go off track, and I still wouldn't catch him. Oh. And I guess the good news is I've learned how to do that corner just better in general. I'm starting to carry more speed through there. Fortunately, it's not really helping down this back straight. And I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. Let's see if I can do this a little bit smoother. There we go. That was a lot better. A lot less wiggle, 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 wiggle of the wheel, trying to get it around there. Much smoother on the throttle, smoother inputs, just across the board. It helps, imagine that. You know, smooth is fast, fast is smooth, etc. Yeah. I say that as I then proceed to drive too deep into turn 1. Yeah, because my tires are starting to drop off too. Theoretically, not as much as theirs, but I gotta say, there's, like, once they drop off, it's much less noticeable between generally like 7 and 8 lap old tires and about 20. And about 18. That's why I'd said the first stint was 18. Versus fresh. I think that made sense. I don't know. I'm driving. Yeah, gotta start slowing down more there. Alright, 3 to go. 3 to go, and while I've driven away from Joseph, I'm not gaining on Mike. So yeah, he's just faster than me. That sort of difference. That's one that, honestly, the pit stop, me putting in too much fuel does not help. But I'm also not, like, I'd probably be, 5 to 10 seconds closer. But I'm also not gaining on him, so Basically means we're putting down equivalent lap times, roughly. Yeah, now the tires are worn, we're equivalent. He was faster when they were fresh, though. Let's be a little bit more conservative there. I'm not quite in danger of getting a penalty unless I have, like, major contact. But I don't want to chance it with 3 laps left. And I'm not really in danger at the moment, so... Now we just kind of finished the race out. Hello, marshals. Over on the left side. Camera operator up on the scissor lift. More marshals there on the... And more marshals straight ahead. More marshals on the left. And another marshal stand on the right here for this final part. And I do encourage everyone to just take a moment and think of how many people actually go into making an event, a race work. I mean, obviously, yes, you have the drivers and teams. I mean, you have all these corner marshals, and there should be at least 3 to a corner. And then you have all the support marshals, which help give all the corner marshals, food, beverage. Have all the pit marshals to help monitor pit stops for legalities. Then you have all the people helping with grid. Then you have all the event security. Then you have, race control itself. And then you have all the drivers and teams' families, a lot of times. Not always, but a lot of times. Because, of course, they're traveling with them, usually. And now you can start talking about the actual spectators at an event. And having been to some of the smaller events, it's not uncommon for there to be literally more people associated with the teams, organizations, and track staff, kind of just event staff there, than actual spectators. Oh, I almost can't forget the safety crew. Safety and fire crews, which seeing that safety truck over there reminded me of. Those guys are amazing. Massive respect to them. Because they're the ones that get to go out on track and recover the cars, make sure the drivers are okay. And obviously the whole point of all of this staff is just to make sure everyone, at the end of the day, no matter where you finish in the race, gets out safely. Because, racing, yeah, it's pretty inherently high risk. I think we can all agree that. Now, it's a lot safer than it used to be, I will say. Okay, white flag. But, you can still get hurt and seriously injured. And you can absolutely be killed still. It's just a lot lower probability. Now, what used to kill you might just seriously hurt you. Which obviously we don't want to happen either. So everyone does their best. That's the point of all those people. Professional drivers on a closed course. But everyone works together to try to make the event as safe as possible. Because a safe event... Well, any safe event is a good event. It might not be the most exciting to watch, if there's not a lot of passing going on or not a lot of battles. But at the end of the day, we just want everyone to get back safely without being injured. And that's the point of all that stuff. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, I've butchered this last lap. Oh, well. Has pretty much zero... Has zero effect. I mean, I'm a minute ahead of Joseph in third. And I'm still 36, 37 seconds behind Mike. Because he has been insanely fast this entire race. Again, I'm keeping pace with him unless I do a major mistake like that, but I've not been able to catch him regardless. Even despite being on fresher tires for pretty much the entire second half of this race. And he's still either been catching me or keeping pace, so. My two-stop strategy, well, I mean, compared to everyone else, the two-stop strategy worked. But Mike, he's just too fast regardless, and it made no impact. And there's the checkered. Alright, total 14x. Well, 13, I guess, if you exclude the last one. Part of that is me getting sloppy. Those last couple laps. Just trying to push it a little bit too hard and not really getting anywhere. Let's see, officially I gridded third. Yeah, grid third, race second. So I do want to hear, if I go back to Mike here. I want to see especially fresh tires. Yeah, see, because he was doing pretty consistent low to mid 209s. Then as tires wore, he was still doing 210s, and I just wasn't that level of consistent. I want to see how he's doing this last corner. A 207. Let's watch this. Like, I want to hop in cockpit. So I'm going to back that up just a little bit. What's his breaking point? Yeah, so 400, 450. So kind of same breaking points I was. It's actually braking a little bit earlier on that corner. Yeah, so here, I mean, I don't think it's... Maybe it's a little bit faster. It's not faster by a lot, though. I can almost attribute that as much a driving style as anything. So you see pretty much flat through here? This was his 207 lap. Okay, pretty comparable. How's he doing this? Brake there. Okay. Okay. Nope, he was just doing just a tiny bit better there. Like, he's just faster, just that tiny, tiny bit. So he's using all the same braking points pretty much. I think his shifts are a little bit smoother. Like, I do definitely think he's shifting manually, which helps through some of these. Because I'm not noticing as much of a, you know, with the auto clutch, just there's the little bit of delay. Like, his shifts don't have as much clutch delay. I think it's just helping him get that little bit better. Just about everywhere. It's not big differences, but it's enough. Good race to everyone, though. And everyone got spread out, but it was still fun. Let me save this replay here. Lemons. I have no idea what day today is. Sorry, I'm looking at my keyboard when I stare over here. The keyboard's about that. Sure. VIR mini stock. Save. Perfect. All right, and with that, thank you everyone for coming. Hope you all enjoyed the race. Let me know if you want to see more. I mean, right now I'm kind of only doing these the Lemons monthly races because I usually can't make the weekly races. But you know, I do kind of race on my own outside of Lemons, just public lobbies. I won't say I'm particularly good, as you might have noticed, but nevertheless, I am open to streaming those if you all would like to see it. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and have an amazing night.